Hello, welcome dear viewers to Chef Salim's Recipes YouTube channel. In this video, we will once again have a detailed food recipe. You can use large or small eggplants. In this recipe, I will use eggplants of different sizes to show you. Today, we are preparing an eggplant dish that remains memorable with its shape and is actually quite easy to make. Fan Kebab. Let's get started. First, I cut off the ends of the eggplants and peel their skins in a way that leaves them partially. Since the eggplants I use have thick skins, I peel them, but actually you don't need to. If the skins are not peeled, the eggplants will not shrink too much while cooking, and this gives a better result. If you are using large and plump eggplants, cut them lengthwise into two. For small eggplants, without dividing, you can cut them crosswise into slices 4 fingers thick. Depending on the size of the eggplant, you can get 2, 4, or 6 pieces from one. At the slicing stage, I place sticks along the sides of the eggplants. You can use Chinese chopsticks. Since they are wooden, they won't damage your knife. Since I couldn't find them, I used steel rods. When you place the rods next to the eggplant and cut, you will get sliced eggplant without breaking apart. After that, we will place the ground meat mixture we will prepare between these slices. It will both look elegant and taste perfect. If you have watched our video up to this point, don't forget to show your support by leaving a like and comment. On my channel, you can find detailed food recipes and learn every dish step by step by watching. A wonderful channel for those who are interested in cooking. You can also check out my other videos. I will prepare this dish in a quantity enough for 20 people. Here's the calculation. 2 pieces of eggplant per person will be enough. But for our friends who won't be full, you can set aside 3 pieces. After slicing the eggplants, I put them into salted cold water. This method removes the bitterness of the eggplants and ensures they become more delicious. The point you need to pay attention to here is that the eggplants should stay in the water for a maximum of 15 minutes. If they stay longer, they will absorb too much water and their taste will spoil, and the result may be an inedible dish. While the eggplants are resting in water, let's prepare our meat for the filling. I will use lamb shoulder meat. I preferred low fat, but you can also use medium fat. I sliced the lightly thawed, boneless lamb in a way suitable for passing through the meat grinder. Using the fine end of the grinder, I grind the meat in a single pass. I have a total of 5 kilograms of meat, but for this recipe, 3 kilograms will be enough. I will use the rest to make meatballs. You can already see the amount of eggplants. If you use large eggplants, one can easily be enough for 2 or even 3 people. Now let's move on to the onions. I have 15 onions in total, but they are not very big. I peel and grind them in the mixer so they become finely chopped. When the onions are reduced by the force of the mixer, I combine them with the ground lamb. I add about 500 grams of breadcrumbs on top. For spices, cumin, black pepper, chili flakes, red pepper powder, garlic powder, I add. We also adjust the salt according to the amount of ingredients, 7 grams per kilogram. Here there are 5 kilos of meat and 2 kilos of onions, so a total of 7 kilos of ingredients. In this case, 50 grams of salt will be enough. For extra flavor, I add a little soy sauce. If the mixture is too firm, not too much, but you can add a glass of water. After kneading the mixture well, I check the consistency. If you have a mixture that stands together and does not fall apart, the filling is ready. I take the eggplants out of the salted water and put them into a strainer. I do not add water on top again, because they already left their salt in the water, which will give extra flavor to the dish. As you see, the water did not darken too much. This shows that our eggplants are not bitter, but we still did the salting process to be sure. This way our dish will not be bland, but just right and tasty. Now we move on to the stage of combining the eggplants with the ground meat. I wet my hands slightly and take a handful of the meat mixture, pinching off marble-sized pieces. I place these little meatballs between the slices of eggplant. At this stage, the eggplant takes on the fan shape. The dish gets its name from here. Some call it eggplant kebab, some call it between eggplant, but the most known name is Fan Kebab. I also show the difference between making it with half an eggplant and with a whole eggplant. My opinion is to work with normal-sized eggplants because when you prepare them without cutting lengthwise, both the appearance is more perfect and filling the gaps is much easier. When you place the eggplants on the baking tray, it really creates a wonderful appearance. You can even take a photo before cooking and post it on Instagram. Your friends will say, "Wow, what a great idea." That's what I did too. But before taking the photo, I sprayed oil on top of them. They both shone more beautifully, and since we will cook them in the oven, oiling was necessary anyway. Now let's move on to the cooking stage. If you want, you can fry this dish in deep oil in a pan first and then bake it with sauce. I don't use deep oil. After oiling them, I roast them in the oven at high heat for about 20 minutes. This time is valid for my oven. In yours, it may also take 30 minutes. The purpose here is for the eggplants to be nicely roasted. When roasted, we will add the sauce. For the sauce, pepper paste, tomato paste. A ladle of water are first put into a pot and whisked well until dissolved. Then I add soy sauce, salt, and a little sugar. Finally, I add enough water to moisten the eggplants. After boiling the sauce a little, it becomes ready. I take the roasted eggplants out of the oven and pour the sauce on them. Then I put them back into the oven and cook them with the lid closed for about 20 more minutes. You can shorten the time. The important thing here is that the eggplants are fully cooked and not raw. In the final stage, I open the lid, and when I see that the eggplants have shrunk, I understand that our dish is cooked. Now let's put it on the plate and taste it. If you serve it with yogurt or ayran, it will be much better. Yes, dear viewers, as you can see, we prepared a wonderful fan kebab. It became a dish that will suit your tables with both its appearance and its taste. I hope you also try it and serve it to your loved ones. If you have watched my video up to this point, don't forget to press the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to my channel to show your support. See you again in new recipes. For now, goodbye. Enjoy your meal.